appreciate you for pausing your life to play this video. So I got a question the other day. Now I end up calling a tattoo parlor, and I was asking them about deals and specials and stuff like that. And I was asking them, have they ever tattooed a blind person? And the person on the phone, they was like, "Nah, I ain't never tattooed no blind person. Do you mind if I ask you a question?" I say, "Sure, what's up?" They say, "What's the point of a blind person getting a tattoo if you can't see it?" And I just smiled because that's a good question. That's a question that I've gotten before when people have, noticed that I have tattoos. I got 4 tattoos and I'm planning to get more. So to answer that question, I tell them, tattoos is a expression of art. It's basically body art. You don't have to have vision to enjoy good art. You don't have to have vision. You don't have to have eyesight to have a vision of something. So so the person, they was like, "Well, what type of tattoo? You know, what type of tattoo would you want?" So I explained my tattoo, and I asked them. I say, "Would you be able to do it freehand, or would you have to, have a picture that you got to copy?" Of course, they got to have a picture they got to copy, but the person said that as long as you tell me in detail, I should be able to, put it down as you tell me. So I say, I can trust you, because if I come in there without anybody with eyes, I gotta trust my tattoo artist, to put down exactly what I want. The first time I was getting a public tattoo, I told him the type of tattoo that I want, and then I guess with my accent, I hear I got a real thick accent, so with my accent, he thought I said something else when I didn't. Luckily, I had my brother there with me. This was in Michigan. I had my brother there with me. He was like, "Bro," he was like, "Did you mean this letter instead of this letter?" I say, "No." I say, "I'm glad you caught it," because he already had drew it out in the stencil and everything. So my brother had read the stencil before he put it on my back, and he seen that it was spelled wrong. So I was like, "Dang, I'm glad you caught that because it would have been spelled on my back wrong, the tattoo." So my thing is, you don't have to have vision to have tattoos. You don't have to be a sighted person to want to enjoy tattoos. Tattoos uh, form different purposes. Some people use it for pain therapy. Some people use it to express their inner art, their inner artist, or their inner thoughts. It's a lot of different reasons for a person, an individual, to get a tattoo. But as far as me, I get tattoos to express my inner art form. Like I say, I got 4 tattoos and I plan to get more. I don't know where I'm gonna stop at, but I do plan to get more. Speaking of tattoos, it's a trend going around. It's been going around for some years now. People is actually getting their eyeballs tattooed. Ooh, I am so against getting your eyeballs tattooed. Let me know in the comment if you ever met somebody with a actual eyeball, their iris tattooed. Because I'm hearing that's a thing of the generation now. But that comes with so many risks. I guess the people that get that eyeball tattoos, they don't care about the risk, but you can go blind so fast getting an eyeball tattoo for so many different reasons. I've done my research on eyeball tattoos. Just let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you want me to talk about it. But also let me know in the comments, man, if you ever came across somebody with the eyeball tattoo and what did they have tatted on their eyeball. That's brave and that's crazy and that's throwing everything against the wind. I would never get an eyeball tattoo. But as far as tattoos on the skin, on my flesh, yeah, I'm for it. I can get behind that. I don't have a problem with it. But as far as seeing your tattoos on your body, nah, I ain't gonna be able to see them. But I know what my tattoos are. I know where they are, and I know what they are. I will never be blackout drunk and get a tattoo and not know what it was. So I don't have that worry or nothing like that. But as far as seeing other people tattoos, I can't see tattoos. If you got tattoos, you just explain the tattoos you got, and I can picture it in my head. But yeah, so that was an interesting question from the tattoo artist. Why would a blind person get a tattoo? So I appreciate you for pausing your life to play this video. I appreciate the likes, the views, the comments, the shares, all that good stuff. You know, holla at me in the comments section, man. Let me know if you're a blind person with tattoos, or if you know a blind person with tattoos. How do they tattoos look? Are they cool? Are they ugly? Are they trash? Just let me know. I appreciate you again for pausing your life to play this video. Till next time, keep it positive, keep it safe, keep it forward.